K-pop groups. We all love them. I would think so, at least. That's probably why you're here. In this video, I'll be talking about KiiiKiii, currently my personal favorite group, who I believe is one of the most unique K-pop groups that we have right now. KiiiKiii is the newest girl group that debuted from Starship Entertainment, following the steps of their oldest sisters, IVE. However, unlike their older sisters and many others, KiiiKiii doesn't exactly go for that clean, polished vibe that most groups go for. Since the beginning, they have always been very experimental with their sound and aesthetics, which I wouldn't say is the most common thing in the industry currently. They consist of 5 members: the rapper, Isol, the vocals, Sui, all-rounder, Aum, the maknae, or youngest, Kia, and last but not least, the leader, Jiyu. KiiiKiii isn't afraid of stepping out of the norm when creating music. I would say the genres they are most well known for is house and garage, with their hit song 404 New Era. However, they have showcased many other genres as well, like synthpop, EDM, R&B, the list goes on. However, one thing that has stayed consistent with them is their nostalgic vibe and aesthetic. They've showcased this nostalgic and experimental style through their EPs Uncut Gem and Delulu Pack, as well as their double single Dancing Alone. Let me talk to you about the songs in each EP and how they showcase the style. Let's start with their debut EP, Uncut Gem. Right away with the title, KiiiKiii instantly tells you that they are uncut gems, otherwise unpolished gems. It hones in on their raw potential and authenticity as a new group. The title track of this EP is I Do Me. This is a synthpop song and definitely the softest song of the EP, a very whimsical and self-empowering song that talks about just being yourself without worrying about others' opinions or expectations. And the music video might just be one of the most naturally beautiful and peaceful music videos I've ever seen. Like, it's just the members and nature. The next song is Debut Song, which is not their debut song. Their official debut song is I Do Me. The song, is a pre-release B-side. This song is a celebratory song about them finally debuting. Genre-wise, the song got almost a hip-hop vibe, very groovy 808s, mixed in with the flute actually, as well as, in my opinion, a very valid interpolation of the Happy Birthday song. The music video for this song also caught my eye. When watching it, it felt like almost a fever dream, very retro vibe. To me, it felt like something that would play in a karaoke room, and they got the karaoke lyrics to support that. Also, I don't know why she's holding the flute like that. Like I can do that too. Like, this is mad uncomfortable, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know. It's not very enjoyable to hold the flute like this. And let me quickly talk about the rest of their songs. Groundwork, again, leans towards hip-hop, but more towards trap this time, with a lot heavier bass. There They Go is a very funky beat, with a very noticeable recurring snare in it. Definitely one of the most unique and experimental sounds of the EP. BTG leans into dance pop and EDM. Reminds me of a song you'd hear at a club. The music video is also very unique. I feel like most K-pop groups have some very polished and expensive feeling sets for their music videos. But this music video has like a 90s sports wagon in the back, with their main stage situated on a greenhouse on a farm field. Very unique, in a good way though. And I think the comments agree with me. And the final song, One Off. This song got a synth and electronic pop vibe to it with a deep bass. Less loud and more groovy, R&B like. Just in this one EP alone, we got synth pop, dance pop, electronic, trap, R&B, many different 808s, all working together to create a very unique sound. And their music videos, unlike today's very modern, expensive sets and camera work, they have much more grounded and organic sets, with more handheld and candid shots mixed in. Based on their songs and their music videos, you get a gist of their style. You can tell right away that they focus much more on the creativity than being perfect or polished, according to today's norm. This is exactly what captivated me about KiiiKiii when I first listened to them. It was something that you don't see or hear very often in K-pop. However, some of you might be saying that just one EP isn't enough to see the full story, and that I agree with you. So let's move on to the next EP, Delulu Pack. If you're into the current K-pop scene, you've probably heard of Delulu Pack. If that name isn't ringing a bell, the title track, 404 New Era, might ring that bell for you. This song has risen in popularity because of its house and UK garage influence. It really makes a person want to dance. Like, watch me hit the dance real quick.
4 not down with the system, 4 the new era, 4 just feel like shit, 4 the new era, 4 taking the attention, 4 not down with the system, 4 the new era.
I mean, after that amazing performance, they might have to change their Spotify bio. Like, they found the last eye. The music video for this song is a lot more obviously nostalgic with Y2K vibes. I mean, just look at the date this was filmed. They filmed this in 2000, bro. They weren't even alive yet. These scenes feel like they're from a 2000's Apple had. When I saw this scene, it reminded me of the Windows XP background. And the title, I don't even think this was what they were going for. Maybe it was partially, but it reminded me of the Y2K Millennium bug. New era, new millennium, 404 is an error. They even collabed with New Era, the hats. I could talk so much more about the song, but then it might turn into a 404 video. It checks out why the song got so popular. That's a lot going for it. The title, lyrics, genre, music video, style, just amazing. But this EP doesn't just end with 404. No. The intro track, Delulu, also has a lot going for it. This song is straight groovy, with a little funk, a bit fermented, you feel me? Disco vibes with a bit of dance and city pop mixed in there. It really meshes well with the title, I think. You feel a little bit delusional, deep into your own world, into your own imagination. The track film also does its job amazingly. Straight retro city pop vibes, blends with the soap bubble bokeh effect, makes it feel like it's straight from vintage Japan. Then we got Underdogs, which I think is one of the most experimental of this EP, a lot more of an electronic vibe, but then the bass feels like trap, and the synth reminds me of hyperpop. Mongyang is a quirky song. It's also very experimental, but in a different way. It sounds kind of weird, but I like it. In Korean, Mong is a dog's bark, and Yang is a cat's meow. And after listening to the song a few times, the vocal delivery definitely feels like it hops between a dog energy and a cat energy. The vocals go from a deep and punchy to light and softer. The beat is also very funky. It feels like they're kind of stretching and twisting the notes, almost like they're dizzy. Dizzy is the next song. This song has a very smooth, more subtle synth in the back, with the drums being more present. R&B, dream pop vibes. Probably my personal favorite of the EP. And last but not least, Do Me From Me. This song was produced by Tablo actually, which checks out because it wasn't very flashy, but more of a mood setter. It opens with a cassette tape play button and goes into a dreamy, airy synth. Very soft with some solid drums in the back. I feel like this EP really took KiiiKii's creative direction to another level. It didn't hold back much here at all. They went all in on the retro Y2K vibe, and I think it hit the spot perfectly. From this EP, we got house, UK garage, disco, city pop, dream pop, along with some more synth and electronic pop. The track film for Delulu looked like it was taken straight from the 2000s, and comparatively, 404 looked like almost as if you plopped people from the 2000s into current day. Both showed off its Y2K vibe in different ways. Hold on though, we ain't finished just yet. We still got two songs to talk about, Dancing Alone and Strawberry Cheese Game. Dancing Alone captures the nostalgic vibe they are always going for in a different way, through youth, and I think they captured that very well in the music video. As always, they got that natural and organic style of music video, in a school setting, as students, doing student things. On the other hand, I feel like Strawberry Cheese Game gets its nostalgic vibe from the beat and vocal delivery. The beat feels like one you would hear in a children's rhythm game, which is directly related to the Korean title, Gaegi Game, which is also a Korean fast-paced rhythm word game. Makes you think of childhood. There's also the lyric video set in an amusement park, which helps with the nostalgic vibe as well. All in all, you really gotta give props to KiiiKiii and their creative director. I mean, whoever they are, they're a legend. And when it comes to KiiiKiii, I always find myself waiting for more. The next EP. And if you made it this far, you probably feel that way as well. Well, amazing news. KiiiKiii drops their next EP, Why KiiiKiii, this Monday on August 10th. I'll be reacting to that, so if that's something you're interested in, be on the lookout for that video. Also, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, bye.